CAR T cells and similar T cell therapies are ATMPs, which mean that they are subject to the same requirements as all other medicines, and ultimately their governance is the remit of pharmacy and the chief pharmacists and institutions that use them. But their particular characteristics are very different from normal drugs and drug therapy, and even very different from antibodies and such therapies. And as much as they are a bespoke product which is made for a single patient, they are live cells, usually frozen, and need to be handled with expertise and care. And likewise, the actual cycle of requesting to use them, manufacturing them, storing them, and administrating them is quite different from other drugs, and consequently these problems require some thought, and as they will become more popular and more widespread, institutions will need to develop processes in order to optimize their governance in general. These therapies are potentially paradigm moving because they seem to work very well in patients in whom they work. It's not clear yet exactly, how far this field will progress into other hematological malignancies and indeed solid tumours, but I expect to see a lot more of them over the next 5 to 10 years. The FDA approved product from Novartis is said to be to cost around $475,000 a dose, but it's a once-off dose. I think it remains to be seen how we're best able to use these drugs and how we will be able to afford to use them, or at what point in a patient and what patients we choose to use them. I guess that will depend a lot on the remuneration structure of from the drug companies and discussions with NICE and in Scotland the SMC. But hopefully there will be creative ways developed in order to be able to allow patients who can benefit from these drugs to access them as they become available.